have been working very hard to make your game development much simpler and safer. That's why we're introducing projects into W4Build, so you can import your GitHub and GitLab repositories with a few clicks. In this video, we are going to see how to configure them and just simply build your project in a few seconds. We have introduced a new page called Projects, where you can navigate through all the imported repositories or any Git provider that you haven't installed or connected. In here, we have GitHub and GitLab, which are not connected yet. Let's start by integrating with GitHub first. You click Connect. A new pop-up window will appear. You select your GitHub account, then select repositories. In this case, you will be selecting which repositories will you be giving permissions to the W4Build. So we are going to import to my Godot fork and a private project. So we search Godot, and then I have another that is a test project. It's a private project. You click both repositories that you want to grant access, install and authorize, and W4Build will take care of everything. You can open this row and see that you have imported the two new projects, my Godot fork and a test project that I have. This one is public and this one is private. Now, let's integrate with GitLab. GitLab is a little bit different because in GitHub you select which repositories you want to grant access. In GitLab you select from a big list which ones you want to import. So you click Connect. A new pop-up window will appear. You grant access to the W4Build auth application, authorize W4Build. Everything will be taken care. We haven't selected which repositories we want to bring. So you click the context button, import repositories. It's loading, and then you look which ones you want to import. So you say, for example, you want to import this one, you click import, and now you have a new GitLab repository imported into W4Build. Now W4Build has access to all the repositories you have imported. No need to create SSH keys, no need to create anything else. Everything is managed on the background, everything is set up. You have imported GitHub and GitLab projects into W4Build. Now we want to start building our project. In this case, we're going to build the private Godot project, which is in GitHub. You go to the repository that you want to build. In this case, is the Godot test project. You click the wand icon button. It opens a new window. You have to confirm what type of repository this is. In this case, it's a game. So we select the game and then confirm. This is going to take us to configure a matrix for this project. A few steps that we need to configure. You click the cog icon and then we select which version of Godot is going to be building our project. For this project is the official stable release 4.4.1. And then we click save. We're just missing to select which presets we need to build. So we add a job. In this case, we're going to be building the macOS, the Windows desktop, and finally the Linux version. That's all. Our project has been set up. No need to do anything else. There are many ways to build your project. Building it manually, building via creating a PR in your GitHub repository, or a cron job. Let's start by building it manually. You go to Matrix Blueprints, select the project that we just created, and then click the rocket. Trigger, and you will see an event that has 3 builds because we configured to create the macOS, Windows, and Linux. After a few minutes, the builds are going to be completed. Another way that you can build your project is using cron jobs. This is useful for when you want to build your game, for example, every hour, or always build your project after office hours end, so your team come back the next day to the latest build. In order to do this, you visit the cron job page, create a new cron trigger, give it a short description, build Godot project. You select which matrix, so it's the Godot test project, and in here you set the date, which one is going to build. So in this case, it's going to be built every day at 8 p.m. You can also edit it manually, but this is going to be the case. You click save. That's it. This cron job will start building your project at 8 p.m. Apologies for the layout change, but to show you the last way to trigger or build your project, I need to show you W4Build and Godot in the same screen. What we're going to do is make some changes to the actual game itself. So we get our terminal and create a branch for these new changes. So git check out a new branch, demo W4Build PR. After that, we go to Godot and make some changes to our game. So say we change it here, we move one of our assets, save. Git should detect the changes, git status. So we add our changes, git add the files that you have changed, git commit, we add a comment, move one key. Now we need to push the changes to GitHub. Push origin, we push to the new branch. At this point, W4Build hasn't received any changes because we haven't opened a PR on GitHub. So what we're going to do is we have a new URL for opening a PR. We go to GitHub. We see the changes that we just committed and create a pull request. At this moment, GitHub will send in a few seconds all the changes that you have made. It triggered 3 builds, the macOS, Linux, and Windows. So if we go here, we can see that it also sent additional information. It sent the branch and the git SHA. So demo W4Build PR, the builds just started. You can also see that in git log, we have the git SHA here, which is also the same here. So every time that you make a change and push it to your PR, W4Build will be notified for all your changes. So let's make another one. Let's make one of these assets a little bit bigger to scale. It's bigger. We come here to the terminal, git status. We add all the changes. Increase size, git push origin to this new branch. We go back to the events page. A new change has been received with a different SHA that we just push. That's it. You will always be building the latest of your project. All the changes will be detected and notified from GitHub to W4Build. No need to set up webhooks. Everything is set up for you. And that is everything. We hope you enjoy projects. It's a very nice feature that helps you keep your game development simpler, keep your project up to date, and always build the latest. We will be very happy to see what you're building with W4Build.